And we're back. This is Ram Film Reviews.
I am Randall, and this is my amazing, awesome friend Mac, and we're back with another one. And today is a celebration.
Bitches.
Because it is now 2022. Yes. Happy New Year to everyone who is tuning in to Ram Film Reviews right now. But it is also the time for Evil.
So tonight we're gonna bring you a movie that was recommended by one of our viewers, my good friend Will. The book Abyss.
Yep.
Awesome guy.
Yep.
Awesome friend.
Yep.
Collects tremendous amount of horror items. That said books, DVDs, Blu-rays, comic books, anything you can imagine. Action figures. So follow him. Thank you, Will,
What's
for
up, DC Maddox?
for this recommendation. What's up, Don? Thanks for joining. What's up, Randall? Thanks for joining.
Oh, shit. I joined.
So yeah,
Mysteriously.
1980 New Year's Evil. This is surprisingly good, man.
I thoroughly enjoyed this movie.
Despite the negative reviews, the low reviews we get from Rotten Tomatoes, I enjoyed it more. I'm definitely gonna give this a higher grade than what's out there. Jesus Christ.
Are you trying to...
This is definitely a dunce cap for me. I don't even need the cap. It's just dunce. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so... Bro, you're gonna squeeze your head, bro. I bought this for you for $1, man.
I feel so special.
Of course. You better have cake after this. So,
oh my god.
Yeah, let's get on with the review. So this is long overdue. We're gonna do this before New Year's, 2020. 2022 before
he jumped us back 2 years.
Oh god.
They're gonna think that this included some extra activity.
Cut. Oh fuck. Thanks to Party City for these little decorations. But yes, Randall, go for it before I fuck it up again.
So this was a very interesting film. Like, it is a classic 80s. It's very cliche in certain spots. But all in all, just a very kind of enjoyable movie in itself. Like, I really thoroughly enjoyed what they were trying to give us, And again, maybe because when we look at those percentages of what certain other critics or whatever give it, a lot of it is aged. Some of it is newer stuff. Some of them are people who are changing out.
The majority of reviews are between 2020, 21.
Yeah.
The latest one was December 28th, 2021. So it's new audience. Especially now, people are talking about movies. Due to the coronavirus being locked up.
Yeah.
What else are you gonna do?
Yeah. I mean, all in all, it's man, I don't know. There was just so much I liked about this movie.
Yeah, this is not a jump scare movie. This is not gory. I mean, there's some gore, but not to the extreme. So if you're looking for that, this is not.
I mean, they include some bloody scenes, but that's it. It's only because Roger Ebert, rest his soul, rest in peace. But Roger Ebert, when he discussed this movie, was like, "Oh, a gory movie." Not really a lot of gore. The most goriest scene was the nurse.
Yeah, neck wound slashes.
Yeah, one neck slash that was really well done. Really well done. But that's the only kind of really graphic, gory moment. Every other kind of killing was not
off screen.
It was not gory. There was one plastic bag killing. Wasn't really gory to it. There was one, breast mutilation.
Yeah, somewhat. Yeah, slash.
A poor titty.
Poor titty. Yeah.
A poor titty.
Yeah, this movie didn't have a high body count. The total was 7. Kill count. But it was fair enough for an hour and 25 minutes, give or take.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's some suspense. The score is amazing. The soundtrack, which we're figuring out, it's played by two bands, Shadow and
Made in Japan.
Made in Japan, which Randall recognized right away.
Yeah, I definitely know Made in Japan. Shadow was new, but even then, like the song that they did for this movie called New Year's Evil.
Yeah.
Fucking fun song. I liked it. It was a
amazing,
great song.
Yeah, it's a catchy song.
Yeah.
You want to sing along with it, but you don't want to dance like the people in the movie. So there's scenes where the band is playing, and the crowd is so offbeat. Well, Randall's mentioned that.
That's a lot of sound. It's slipping. Hold on.
Come to Butthead.
There
So what Randall was saying is that in some of these movies,
the way they film.
Yeah, the way they film, they record the scene with no sound beforehand. So in these scenes, you hear everybody's footsteps.
There we go.
You know, the little...
Sorry if there was a lot of noise from the table on that, but yeah. I wanted to center that out because I noticed that I misplaced that. But yeah.
Yo, what's up, Angel? What's up, Mike?
So yeah, I was pointing out like the fact that when they record these scenes, they usually record them in almost total silence, or if they're gonna have any music, they don't know what music they're gonna play there at the time. So they'll sometimes just like overlay something like that. And no, I wish it was a drill head hat, Mac. Mac.
You want to touch cones?
But no. What they usually do in these scenes is that they'll record it in complete silence. Now it seems like the people who decided to edit this movie forgot to eliminate the sounds of the feet on silent track lists.
Yeah.
So everything, the entire audio track of the feet moving with no music or no nothing, you can hear it all in the background while you're hearing the music. It was like, look, if you're in any concert and the music is playing, there's no way you're hearing feet. You're not hearing feet. That does not happen. You know, unless people are like, doing We Will Rock You and you're hearing the stomping because it's supposed to be like that. You're not hearing feet. But yeah, you can clearly hear the feet just slipping and sliding across everything. Yeah, it was hilarious. But and then even more so was the terrible moshing that was going. It was like, okay, I'm gonna throw myself here.
Yeah, it was just like some girls were like, just a little. Yeah, it was so offbeat. So like Randall was saying, I wonder who the fuck just told them no.
Well, that's what I was saying. If the concert was in a basketball court, and obviously you hear it because you're hearing the benches or even the flooring, but no, this was not. This was not that. No.
Yeah, high school gym.
The high school gym because they're playing on. They'll be doing it on a basketball, but you'd be hearing the squeak. Yeah. Not what we were hearing. We were hearing literal footsteps.
Oh, and the enthusiasm of these teenagers was just bad, man. It was just they were into it. They were just dead like.
Yeah. You know what I did love was the misleading at the beginning of the movie, because they did mislead us by immediately introducing a punk-like group of friends.
Yeah, 9 of them in one car and one convertible.
And I mean punk because they were like literally dressed in punk. Like it was that style.
Yeah, Angel, it kind of... you've probably seen this movie. If you haven't, it kind of gave you like the Return of the Living Dead, I think it is, vibe. Yeah. Like with the punk kids, the rockers.
Yeah, and I can see that.
We're like, oh shit, all right, cool. This is a group of kids that are going to be attacked or killed. Yeah. But unfortunately, they weren't. They were just part of the concert.
Demons too.
Demons, yeah.
Demons too. With the rock kids in the car. But again, they end up getting killed. These kids, they're misled to be something important in the whole movie because they start with the movie with them as the prime thing you see. The first thing you see are these kids, and you see them for like 5 minutes.
Actually, good 10 minutes or so. Like focusing on them.
Yeah, a lot of them just like driving down the road, causing road rage, screaming at people. All that shit. Immediately, Matt goes, "Okay, so this is probably gonna be the core group of people that end up getting killed."
Which would have been totally great. Like, it would have given the killer a challenge.
It would have been great, but the reality was they were not involved at all. They had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, they were just there to be in the concert, for New Year's.
Yeah, the New Year's party.
The New Year's party, and the main guy, the leader, totally like feminine voice, like really like low. He whips out a blade. He whips it out, and it's actually a comb for his fucking Fonz type hair.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, this guy's a win. Yeah. Wise guy.
Wise guy.
So we start off with Yvonne, right? Or Blaze talking to Yvonne.
Yeah. Yeah, Blaze talking with Yvonne.
Blaze is the protagonist. She's a...
That's what we end up finding out. That
TV
she's
host.
The protagonist, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And she's the one hosting the event, the grand New Year's event. She's supposed to be the Miley Cyrus of this movie.
Based in Hollywood, California, right?
Yeah, it was based in based in Hollywood, because even the show that they were doing the New Year's party at was called Hollywood Hotline.
There we go.
And then the intention was that the viewers would be able to call in on the phone and say, what band or what song they're voting for the year. Like Song of the Year or whatever. Cool concept. Everything was cool. Everything was like nice.
Yeah.
So
Mike said the best. Angel said, is she in American Gladiators? Mike said Blaze, huh?
Yeah, no, right? Like the name, that was the first thing we were like, wow, Blaze.
Yeah, and I was like, she's
like, we reacted as soon as they said, she was. Like, she was a beautiful woman. It just, that was the one thing. It did throw me off.
It's so nice.
She almost didn't fit the role of what she was supposed to portray.
There were times that she lacked...
Because she was named the First Lady of Rock and Roll in the movie. That's not the picture that I would get. Even for an 80s era rock and roll girl, like, that's not the image that I would have taken from that.
Yeah.
Like, there's a very, like, huge amount of evidence to the look and the appearance of a classic 80s like rock and roll chick.
Yes. I mean, despite having the dog collar, so-called crazy hair.
Yeah, it just didn't feel like it fit right at all. Honestly, it just didn't.
Oh, sorry for that face. I have little back issues. I have an ice pack behind me. You can't see it, right? That's the point. So yeah, like Randall said, she's waiting on callers.
Funky Brewster.
Funky Brewster.
I mean, actually,
Brewster, yeah.
It's not bad. It's actually pretty on point. It's like an adult Punky Brewster is what she looked like.
Wait, were you saying about the hotline and fans calling in?
So yeah, the fans were calling in, and one person was like, "I vote for Roo, whatever." Cool.
Wait, what?
I don't know. I just said gibberish.
I was like, did I miss that part?
No. I was just saying, like one girl called saying, "I'm voting for blah blah blah."
Yeah.
Woo! And like, all right, you keep on rocking on or whatever, and they kept on doing like weird rock puns.
But the one they focused on was.
Yeah, they go to the second call, and for some reason, you pointed out.
We both did, yeah. Basically.
Yeah. But either way, second call comes in, picks up the phone, uses what's a so-called voice processor, which looked like it was just a...
I thought you were talking about the Pink Floyd.
Oh, yeah, no.
That was before.
Oh, that was the call. That's what they did mention. That's what the first caller asked for.
Oh, yeah, then this...
The first caller, yeah. So the first caller asked for, We Don't Want No Education, right? Which immediately me and Mac were like, oh, Pink Floyd. And, you noticed after the fact. I mean, I knew, but I just didn't put two and two together. That's not the name of the song. That's just like the first line you hear. It's like, we don't need no
masturbation.
Yeah, that's what it is. We don't want to get flagged by Instagram. But rock puns are rolling. Exactly, Angel. That's to the level that they were at. It's literally the level they were at.
So that was a Pink Floyd reference,
But, and I told Mac they probably just didn't say the full Pink Floyd or anything, or the name of the actual song or anything like that, because those are always like, that's treading water there, you can't, there's certain lines you can't cross, and then Pink Floyd would be like, you used our name, and it would make sense. It would make sense. But yeah, so the first caller asked for We Don't Want No Education. Second caller comes in, and using a so-called voice processor, which looked like it was just like a little... you know what it looked like? It looked like they got an inflatable pump, cut the tubing, and he was holding the pump piece in his hand, and he pretended like he was putting it to his mouth, and like it was weird because he was using his phone, right? And he had the machine, but it was outside his mouth, but using a tube. Like there was no. We never saw a speaker. We never saw anything mechanical, nothing electrical or anything like that. But we were just to assume that fucking piece of tubing was enough to capture his voice directly here and not affect it on the phone, which was right next to it. I'm poking a lot of holes in this movie now.
I'm telling you,
I ignored all of this when I was watching it. I ignored all of it. Like, none of it. Like, I didn't tell Mac anything. It was like, that wouldn't work.
Yeah, I pointed out something they fucked up in certain scenes.
Yeah, with the way they, like, handled him recording, him murdering people.
Yeah, like Randall said, he would just get the telephone in one hand, the recorder in his right hand with the...
Well, the recorder was a big boombox, so he had the recorder
the little one.
No, he had that big thing that he kept on hanging off.
No, that was to play the killing recordings.
That's how he recorded it, too.
Really? Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Okay, I thought it was a little one.
No, he didn't have a little one.
No, okay.
No, the thing he had in his hand was a voice processor thing.
Oh.
Yeah. The thing that he had to record everything was, that's why he kept on lugging it around. Ooh. That's why he kept lugging it around. He always pressed the two buttons on the top.
Jesus Christ, alright.
We're gonna go rewatch the movie.
I'm gonna go rewatch the movie.
No, but yeah, so he was using that big ass thing, and he kept on calling. He said instant replay.
Yeah.
Because if he was doing that, he would have to like fucking take out the tape from the little one, put it in the other one, and then press play. But he was just pressing play directly from that one.
All right.
Yeah. So
he calls in.
He says, "I'm gonna kill a person." And
yeah.
For anybody who's like a smoker and developed throat problems, they would hate this movie because the guy was kind of a dick to that fucking generalization. It was like that. It was like, I'm going to use a fucking smoker's voice to antagonize
chocolate. When they're selling chocolate, they're selling chocolate. Oh,
yeah.
I can't do the voice. SpongeBob reference.
Chocolate. Yeah, I can't do that. It's too deep. That's too deep.
Too deep.
Too deep.
Too deep.
But yeah, so he calls in, says, I'm going to kill somebody at midnight, but didn't specify anything else, just that he was going to kill at midnight. And then he just and then he called. And then they find out that that he said it, or that I can't say.
Well, he said he's also gonna kill somebody very close to him. Like to her.
Angel says, "Sounds like I might not press play on this movie." Listen, generally, it was a fucking fun movie. It was entertaining. Yeah. It had its plus. I'm never gonna say it's a great movie, but it had its plus.
It is something to revisit every fucking New Year's.
Yeah, I would definitely. I would definitely rewatch it. Like
I said, it's one of those holiday slasher films.
It's absolutely a B movie.
Yeah.
So, makes the call. What he ends up doing is basically he's killing in every time zone that it strikes midnight. So the first one was the East Coast, United States times, not worldwide. So the first one was East Coast.
Does he go to Central or Mountain Time?
Yeah.
He does?
Yeah.
I just remember him going from East to West, and that was it.
Well, Central Time was the two girls.
Oh, the two friends. Okay, the club girls. Okay.
Yeah. They kind of like fudged that up because remember he asked what time is it. She said 9:30, and then he killed them at 10.
True. Maybe he had to.
Which still wouldn't have been midnight on the West Coast. That's
I think they jumped way too many scenes and whatnot.
Yeah,
but
I mean, if you're gonna be picky like that, those little details might bug you. But I ignored all that. I ignored all that because this was my favorite killing. Was when he went to the second one with the two girls.
Yeah.
The two girls was my favorite killing.
Yeah, so he disguises himself. Yes. He puts on a nice porn mustache. And yeah, he just goes to a bar, picks up his victim just by looking at her.
By the way, the mustache is clearly fake. Like, I understand we're seeing him put on a fake mustache, but didn't even try to like.
Had the sale tag and everything on it, hanging out.
Yep.
So yeah, he goes. I fucks the shit out of her. Comes over. Asks her what does she? He asked her for a dance or some bullshit.
Well, he just asked. No. Yeah, he lights up her cigarette. And then they just talk, and he was like, "Oh, I gotta go over to Eric Estrada's house."
Oh yeah, Eric Estrada.
Out of all people, Eric Estrada, because Dos Mujeres Un Camino, and you know you gotta play your chips. Oh, microphone! Don't move on me.
That was nice.
It went along with the beat too.
So that was a nice pun.
That
was a nice pun. You guys didn't catch that. Was the Chips TV show with Eric Estrada as the bike cop or.
It doesn't work if we have to explain the joke.
What's that? Oh, I was. Oh, fuck it. What are?
Cut. This is gonna come into play way too many times now.
And I'm gonna be using it the most of the fucking time.
Oh my god. Oh god. That's fine. Just leave it there. Let it roll. Let it roll. This one's already filled with bloopers everywhere.
So, yeah, he does the old cigaroony trick.
This is why it's good that it's live.
Of course.
Because we get to enjoy these moments. And like that, too, you know?
That, Lawrence, because I'm not supposed to be here at this time. I have other shit to do. But that's okay. Fuck with what I need to do. Nah.
We need a redo. That's right, we need a redo. Anyway, continuing on, because we got to get this one done. Yeah, so he's very creative with his disguises, to say, right? Through how he's going to get to where he needs to get to commit each of his murders. The first one, he goes, and I don't think I care about spoiling this one, because, I mean, this is just enjoyable to watch anyway, but first one, he's dressing like a doctor, goes up to like a asylum, right? It was basically an asylum.
Yeah.
Breaks in, talks up a nurse, gets all charming with her and stuff like that, and then sneaks off with her to go drink some champagne for New Year's, and then to bang her. Process of that, done deal. Nurse gone. Best cutthroat scene in the movie, right? Best graphic scene in the movie was this one, because the neck slice was just the way the flesh folded. Everything was very realistic looking. It looked great. Fast forward to the next one, which was the two girls. Picks up the girl at the bar. Tells them he needs to go to Dos Mujeres Un Camino.
Yeah.
To Eric Estrada.
Like, hey, you know,
I'm a business agent.
I'll show you some famous people. You know, get to know some. And
come get in my Mercedes Benz.
And here comes her best
girl
friend.
was smart, because girl was like, I have my roommate with me. She's coming with me because I don't go with strangers.
I don't know you.
Let go my purse. So,
I ain't gonna give it up that easy, you know.
So gets in the car with the guy and her friend, and they start driving. I would say the lady was annoying.
Oh, I think both. Wait, the first lady, the
main lady, the
main lady
was hitting on.
Yeah,
the other one wasn't annoying because the other one was barely
she was
talked.
being quiet and eyeing him and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he got frustrated. You know, she was just talking up his ear. They could pull up in a gas station.
I think he was trying to figure out what is he gonna do. He didn't know what to do because at that point he still wasn't gonna stop because he wasn't even the one planning to stop. Remember, he wasn't even the one that asked for it.
Yeah.
So he's driving around trying to figure out, looking at the clock. I was like, damn, it's almost fucking midnight at whatever time zone.
Again, remember, he has to kill every time.
Yeah, that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to kill at every single time zone within the United States. At midnight, that's when he's trying to commit the killings. And I'm telling Mac, I'm like, damn, how the fuck is he going to do this one? Because, I mean, he can't kill his friend in the car. I mean, he could have just been like, ha, ha. But, you know, that's not what he did.
Those 10 years of fencing came in. So,
I mean, it would have worked. He could have just pulled out the blade and went, ha, ha. Yeah. You know, would have been perfect. But...
Yo, what's up, Benjamin? What's up, Medusa? Thanks for joining.
That's not how it went. He looked like he was about to take a shit.
Yeah, he was
like he kept on like sweating. He was crouching down, goblin-like and shit, ready to, like, you know, shit his pants.
What?
And then randomly, one other thing, the voiceovers that they used in this song, you could tell when they recorded things in studio to when things were, like, recorded on the floor. Because all of a sudden you hear, "Can we stop at a pit stop?" And you can tell that it was on a microphone and not in the car. Like, you could tell that voice did not come from inside that vehicle. But, you know, whatever, we'll play along. And immediately you could tell he was like, oh, opportunity comes. Yeah. And he was like, I'm going to show off my money. Go buy a big bottle of champagne. Here's my $100 bill.
So, best friend goes inside, quickly puts on the recording, and all you hear is 3. Well, actually not, like a 10 or 5 second count.
5.
And he's like, oh, look, I got some weed. I think it was a weed.
Reefer. He goes, I have some great reefer or something.
Yeah, you gotta smell it. He opens up this large-ass fucking bag, enough to fit a head. And, yeah, just fucking suffocates her. And you see the fake, little fake grass, floating inside.
Yeah.
It cuts into the scene into the gas station. And the clerk is just like, 90, 95. She bought a $5 fucking bottle.
Yeah.
And just had this man give her change in cash, like...
Yep.
It was, and Randall would notice, he's like, this is an awkward transaction.
It was really weird. Like, the interaction, the actors looked like they weren't acting. They're just like, okay, give me the money now. 1, 2.
You think that guy was actually shit?
Be careful.
She walks off.
He just follows her with his eyes. He just follows. But he doesn't even, like, turn his neck really. He just kind of just goes.
Yeah.
And it was, he must have just been like a regular employee. He said, listen, we'll give you $100 or something, or $50 if you just, like, pretend to be in the movie or whatever. That's what it looked like. But yeah, so this was, to me, my favorite kill at this point, because it was really well done and executed. But what happens here is the most interesting thing.
Yeah, we know.
We immediately started researching.
We both noticed, but you said it out loud, like, "Hey, is this?"
Yeah. Because the first thing that happens is she walks out the damn liquor store, starts stepping out to an alleyway, and all of a sudden you hear just a hey, hey, hey.
Yeah, the whisper, a similar whisper.
Immediately, I was just like, dude, and I go, did this come out before or after Jason? Like, did this come out before or after Friday the 13th? Because immediately I'm like, damn, I wonder if, like, maybe this, like, B movie that, minimal people know about might have helped inspire one little thing that created, and we know that there's more story to the we know there's a large story to that, but you never know. Influences come around from a lot of places, so you never know. So immediately we stopped the movie right there and started investigating. Researching details.
We found out that Friday the 13th came out also in 1980,
Same
but
year.
In May of 1980. And New Year's Evil came out December of 1980. So, who knows? Maybe, like I said, Randall said, it influenced them to use it, or maybe just different sound.
I would assume that the people who made this movie, who made New Year's Evil, probably saw Friday the 13th and said, oh, that sounds pretty cool. We should use that too. Because they started filming 2 months before the release. So by then, Friday the 13th was everywhere. People had seen it everywhere. Was it a box office hit right off the bat?
I'm not sure.
That's what I'm wondering about Friday the 13th. Because obviously it's become what it's become. But, yeah, I'm sure there had to be some kind of mutual understanding there. I mean, I know the echo thing was used a lot in horror movies in the 80s. And it wasn't just Friday the 13th that began that trend. But
it kicked off with them,
the way this was done was very similar.
And they used, not only, they used I heard a lot of, hey, like haze, like they were saying haze, but whisper-wise. But it worked,
Yeah.
Despite it having similarities to Friday, to me it was just its own. So yeah, continuing.
Yeah, thanks, Benjamin. I appreciate that. It's what happens to us every time we watch these movies. We see little things. Little, like, minor details, and we're like, shit, was that Doom? And then we're, okay, let's look this up real quick. Yeah. Because it helps us, like,
And the piano key that you
oh, yeah. That comes on later on. But either way, so we get to this part. We hear, hey, ha, or whatever, right? She finds the shoe of her friend. She's like, oh shit, a shoe. Finds another shoe, and she's like, oh shit, another shoe. But doesn't react until she sees half the sleeve. So the shoes wasn't enough of a reaction.
They were bloody, yeah.
Yeah, but the shirt was the reaction.
Yeah.
She sees the shirt hanging out, kind of a dumpster, and this is what becomes my favorite kill.
Yeah, she's just like pulling it.
And can't pull it all the way out, so she's like, okay, let me open this. She goes to open the dumpster, looks inside, sees nothing. And then all of a sudden, this motherfucker, out of nowhere, turns on a little fucking lighter and does a quick little and grabs her. It was fucking beautiful. Really well fucking done.
Because it was so obvious that she was going to find her friend dead.
Yeah.
Like the previous kills.
Yeah.
The coworker found the nurse, whatnot. We're like, she's going to find the friend. So this threw us off. It was perfectly executed.
Yeah.
It was funny too because even though he was in a quote unquote inside the dumpster, the shot you could tell he was standing up. So they just probably, put a dark room and they just like shot it from above. But
yeah,
that's just me being picky and whatnot.
Yeah.
Too detailed into the scene.
I mean, regardless, it was just really well done. Mm-hmm. Like the scene was really well done the way they did it. And
it cuts back to Blaze. Because they find out that this guy's actually serious. They after the 2 kills, they find out that he's actually serious. He's killing women out there. Mm-hmm. He's whatever he's saying is coming to life or to pass or whatever.
He's executing what he's saying.
So they send out cops to investigate, and they send out
2 cops,
a sheriff, and I guess a rookie.
They send a lieutenant and a patrolman.
Yeah,
that's what they said.
And they just passed by the killer, of course, unbeknownst to them.
Yeah.
And they open up the fucking trash bag. No, I can't fucking speak.
No. They were first. They look at the dumpster area.
There you go.
They see blood.
Yeah.
But they follow the trail of blood because it wasn't
there.
Yeah.
He leaves a trail of their belongings, blood trails.
Yeah.
It was pretty awesome.
It leads them to a little playpen area, like a kid's playpen area. And the reveal is, I'll let you guys experience the reveal, but the reveal was really well done too.
Yeah.
I think they did that very well. I think what they did with the camera in that scene was really well done too. Like following the trail around, they used basically a kind of a POV style to kind of follow the trail a bit once they were in the right area. And they executed it good. I enjoyed the way they did that. So that's why that whole scene right there, from point of drop off to point of reveal of death, was fucking right on point for me. Yeah. And then then he does his little hear them die again. He calls Blaze and says, hey guess what,
yeah, so
I killed 2 more people.
So has her listening to the recordings of the girls dying.
Yep.
And this time I think he changes it into a priest, right? A father?
The next one is the priest, yes.
Which this one, he gets delayed from his killings. He bumps into a gang of bikers. He crashes. He's not paying attention. He's listening to the radio. They're talking about him. He gets, his ego boosted. And he crashes into one of the bikers. He gets chased. He pulls up into a drive-in theater thinking he escaped. Nope. These bikers had chased him. Somehow, even though they were probably a 2 minutes away, 2 minute distance.
It's a movie.
It's a movie. Anyways, they find him. He slashes one of the bikers, stabs him, and steals a car with a girl inside. Mm-hmm. Why didn't she escape?
No, she was trying to close up her shirt because hiding the titties was more important than living, apparently.
Yeah, exactly. So
she was all exposed, boobs were exposed, and the guy steals the car, throws the boyfriend out the car. He gets in the car and she just goes, stays in the car. That's it.
Yeah, and then she's like, I have no money. I have these $3. And it's like, if you want, you want to have,
get it on.
We get it on. I won't say anything. I won't,
I won't make a fuss.
Mm-hmm. I was like, okay, Buddha. But her opportunity comes to escape while he almost runs over 2 drunks in the middle of the road. And this is our first chase scene, basically.
Yeah. To a degree, I can say it was
She runs into a park, hides, I think so, under some bleachers. And, yeah, he's about to get her until cops find him. He runs away, saves her life, blah, blah.
I mean, remember, and I kind of predicted this scene, too. Because the minute she was in the car, I'm like, I have a feeling he's not going to be able to kill this one. Like, it was almost a little bit... maybe not too predictable, but for some reason I just felt that's what was going to happen.
Yeah, it wasn't planned.
No. No, it was an unplanned, it would have been an unplanned murder, but, you know, this is another one where the voice track was obviously recorded somewhere else, because all you hear is the guys, like, kicking around things trying to get the girl to come out, and all you hear is, "Hey, you!
Yeah.
What are you? Where are you going?"
Mm-hmm.
That's what you hear from the background, but it is not placed in the scenery at all. So, you know, this kind of initiates his rush more, where now he needs to hurry things up, and to get what he needs to get, he needs to, like, you know, speed it up. So, fuck it, he goes straight to where he was wanting to go the whole time, which was directly to Blaze.
Yeah, he hitchhikes.
Yeah.
He gets picked up by some kid in a pickup truck.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "All right, God be with you, my son."
Now, just to preface right now, there is another character in this that becomes involved slightly, little by little, in different spots. And we never knew if he was, you know, part of it, not part of it, or anything. And that is Blaze's son. At one point, it looks like he's trying to kill himself, like trying to commit an overdose.
Yeah, this kid Derek, he's just fucking acts weird throughout the whole movie. Like he said, he drinks like 3 Benadryls.
At one point, it looked like he wanted to fuck his mom.
Yeah, it was a weird,
right?
you know,
because he started grabbing
family fetish type shit.
He started grabbing pantyhose and started like ripping it and kind of like biting them, and then while
they were showing her on TV, which was being recorded.
Yeah, it was a really strange kind of thing. I don't know exactly what the purpose of a lot of what he was doing was about, except that he needed attention and wasn't getting it.
Which, like I said, he had he got in a role in a movie or something, and he was happy to tell her, but she wasn't really having it. She wasn't paying attention. She was just focused on her show. So maybe some type of hatred. I don't know, some weird attention towards her mom.
There was definitely some some maternal hate. So we started like trying to connect, like maybe it's gonna be like a matricide kind of like situation or something like that, but you know, it became really weird at times. Like, you know, there was one time where she's going to her room, right, to change, and the cop's like, "Wait, me first." Comes in, go, and the kid's like, for some reason on the bed, but like spread open, like, "Mom, it's just me," but like, you know,
look like halfway,
look at the show. You know, it was a weird thing. It was really weird. I don't know.
But rather than that, the cop was like, "Oh, let me go first," because after the first or second call, she's like, "Oh, I need protection, and somebody's out to get people I love and whatnot." So she's surrounded by cops mainly throughout the movie.
Yeah.
Idiotic cops, I think. I don't know. But yeah, Richard Sullivan, which is the killer, he goes into the building, sneaks in.
Oh, he didn't point out.
What's up?
That from the get-go, we saw the killer's face.
Yeah, they didn't
hide it.
No fear of hiding who the fuck he is. He's not wearing a mask.
We just didn't know what his tie was to anybody or what his purpose was to doing this. But we immediately knew what he looked like. We immediately knew who he was by look. But we didn't know his name. We didn't know his affiliation to why he wanted to harm Blaze or anything like that. And I think that's the only part we'll probably conceal. Because I think that even though it's kind of a cliche, been there, done that kind of situation, I still think it's fun for that realization.
Yeah, even like Randall said, even though that was a theory of ours, they still executed it very well.
Yeah, they did a good job with it. But yeah, so in the end, his name is Richard Sullivan, and that part we can say because it doesn't connect to the reality of everything. Like you can't match it up. Not by me saying that or Max saying that, but Richard Sullivan, who ends up being the guy who's killing everybody at midnight, ends up showing up at the New Year's place, right? And at this point, for some reason, the cops have brought in, like right away, a psychologist to try and determine how this murder works.
Yeah.
And the guy goes to extensive detail, like awkward, extensive detail to explain how this guy is functioning. It was like, what we see here is a man who wants to commit the crimes, and the way he wants to commit the crimes is exact the time, and he has to do it on time because this is how he works. And to get to the culmination, to kill you, because that is what he wants. He wants to be bigger than the son of Sam. He wants to be bigger than... he mentioned that. Oh, the Zodiac Killer. So he and Max like, you guys got a good voice.
No, exactly. You had a good like radio voice, good announcer voice.
It was a good.
It was
radio
fucking
voice.
awesome. You know, I never heard about the guy, but hopefully he did some work after that.
But yeah, so in the end, around this time, we get more information into who Richard Sullivan is around this time. We started connecting a few more dots better, and start understanding more of the motivation behind it. But he's working, knowing he's on the run now, knowing basically that he is exposed, right? So, you know, the ending of the movie, I will leave that for you guys to like experience. It was really well done, but one of the things I will point out was oddly placed.
Yeah.
But very, very like well done by Richard Sullivan, the actor Richard Sullivan. But there was no connection to this prior. Like, they never was anything with Shakespeare or anything with, you know, any of these things before. But for some reason, they decided for Richard Sullivan to give a speech, and it was to die, to sleep no more, and by sleep to say, we end the heartache and the thousands natural shocks that flesh is heir to. Scene. Anyway.
Yeah.
So he says the speech, and in comes the culmination of Richard Sullivan and what happens to him in the movie. What was fun about this is how it leads on. And this is kind of like a Michael Myers Halloween thing too, where they kind of like I don't want to spoil it too much. They related a lot to Michael Myers at this point. There wasn't only at one point there was the cops searching around the building, and all of a sudden you hear some keynotes, and the keynotes were exactly the tone that is used in Halloween. Like, there's no mistaking it. It is the single keynotes. It's not the theme. It's just that ding, 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 where you know something's about to go fuck down. You know, they use that. And it looks like they had a lot of influences from movies from around. So,
of course.
It played a factor. It definitely played a factor.
So, yeah, this is definitely, just to wrap up things.
Yeah.
Definitely a film to check out, you know, at least once a year, of course. You can watch this by yourself. I can see myself enjoying this alone. So yeah, we try to find the box office for this film, but we couldn't get any details on that. I know the budget was $500,000.
Yeah.
So that was pretty good for its time, I believe. DVD sales, couldn't get that number as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, DVD was released in 2012, I believe.
Yeah.
By MGM. It was a limited collection series. And then Scream Factory, aka Shout Factory, released in 2015, which that is going for a good, give or take, $60 on eBay. The DVD, the DVD itself, I have yet to see how much it's going for.
That's what you call cult following.
Yeah, it's definitely a movie to own.
Yeah.
There's other piece of I guess, item I want to own from the movie.
Yeah, the mask is absolutely great. Like, it's the final mask in the movie because he does disguise himself in every single time, and then he wears one final mask, and that mask is creepy as fuck.
Yeah, so this is why it's like Randall kept mentioning, Friday the 13th, Michael Myers, Halloween.
They twisted it.
Yeah, it's backwards basically.
Yeah, they unmasked the killer and then masked him.
Exactly.
So that was interesting how they did that, but it was well executed. I mean, all in all, to me, like, again, it was an enjoyable movie. Like, I'm not gonna nitpick all those extra details unless it's that bad, but it wasn't really that bad. There's obvious gaps and holes in the movie, but that's and a lot of '80s movies that are a horror genre, they have those gaps and holes. Most of them, man. Like, honestly, like even Halloween has its little gaps and holes, but it's still like one of the fucking greatest things I'll ever fucking witness because I love Halloween, but. Logic is there at times too. But, to me it was just a fun movie. It was a great fucking recommendation by Book Abyss. By Will, right? That's his name?
Yeah, Will.
Yeah, by Will. Thank you very much, man. It was really fun. And we had some good laughs with the terrible fuck-ups.
Yeah.
So that was a good part. And, it triggered us to, like, look for shit and find out extra information. We, looked up the Kiki Mama from Jason a little bit more and looked more into details about how that came to be because we were trying to correlate all that. It triggered us to look to so much things, including finding out that one of the Blaze is actually in a movie that we're gonna watch soon.
Yeah.
That we're gonna be reviewing with our good friend Iris.
Yes.
Which is American Pop.
It's a lot of music.
Yeah, and I bought my copy of American Pop from Angel.
Nice.
From Funk Nations. That's who I bought my... Oh, wait, no, was it Angel or was it...
Rick?
It might have been Rick.
I'm not sure.
It was one of them. It was either... No, you know what? It was Rick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was Rick. It was Retro.
Retro VHS World.
Yeah, Retro VHS. Mm-hmm. He's another dude that carries a bunch of great tapes. But yeah, so...
that movie's what, 50s, 60s music or
no? No. I mean, it starts with like 50s, 60s music, but then it jumps to like through eras of generations and gets to like the pop era of like rock.
Okay.
So
I have yet to watch it, so it's gonna be great.
Yeah. No, and we're watching the straight VHS of this because it's beautiful to watch it on VHS. But to me, it was such a great movie. Like I fucking loved it. It was an unexpected gem for me. Like and it was one of those things that I knew I bought it because the cover looked fucking beautiful. I was like, damn, this looks great. Fuck it, I'm gonna buy it. And then this is what it was. This is what I'm thinking about Angel. Because Angel was the one who goes, oh shit, you bought American Pop? That fucking shit is great. You need to watch it. When you watch it, you need to call me. And that's exactly what the fuck I did. As soon as I finished watching it, I hit him up and I was like, dude, fucking beautiful. It was great. So that's definitely going to be a fun movie.
Especially with Iris, she's another big music lover like Randall is.
Yeah, that review is going to be mostly about the fucking music. I know that shit for sure. Because Iris is all about fucking music. And that's going to be a great... That's why when Mac was saying, like, Iris is going to do a review with us on... I was like, yeah, no, American Pop. American Pop is the movie to do. But let's finish this off. So, New Year's Evil. Evil. Your final rating on this movie is?
Oh, this is definitely a 8 out of 10 for me.
Okay. Nice.
Going higher than whatever you see online.
Yeah.
Again,
it's definitely up there.
Again, this is different. Like I said, the whole reverse killer thing going on with it.
Yeah.
The kills for being an 80s film were decent.
Yeah.
Again, you had one or two scenes which were nice with the special effects. The score, I liked it. Definitely going to look into the Shadow and Made in Japan bands.
Yeah.
Again, the actor, I forgot his name, I'm sorry, but that played Richard Sullivan.
Yeah.
He did a great job. He had little mannerisms that reminded me of Jeffrey Combs. If you've seen Reanimator, all those H.P. Lovecraft movies he's been in.
Kip Niven.
Kip Niven, which he died in 2019, I believe.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what. 73 years old. Boy, you did a phenomenal job.
He had a heart attack.
Oof. Rest in peace, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, you did a great job. He's, even though I believe the they've made like Blaze the protagonist. In some parts,
to me, he was the star of the movie.
He was, right?
Yeah, he was the star of the movie to me. Like, Blaze was just there.
Yeah,
you know? She was to me, she was a filler role more than anything. But yeah, Kip stole the show. His mannerisms, the way he talked, everything about him just sold it all more than anything.
Yeah, kind of reminded me of Ted Bundy. You know, he could play any role. You know, his charisma, all that, his charm.
Yeah.
You know, he disguised himself. I'm sorry. Plenty of times. So I guess I get 8 out of 10. What about you?
I will go probably just a tad lower. I'm gonna go 7.
7.
And I go just a tad lower, more so because of the little parts that I would notice for me. That I was just like, okay, they could have done, like the voice processor thing. I was like, they could have done that a little bit different, a little bit better. You know, all they had to do was get something that looked like a damn tape recorder, put it to like his throat, and him speak to his throat. Because they had machines like that already by that time. You know, they could have done that, or they could have done something that looked like a speaker that he put in front of his mouth. They could have done something like that. The kills would sell it for me. The kills and Kip, because he was the son shit was the one thing that throws me the fuck off. Like the son of Blaze was one of those places I was just like, what the fuck is this kid about? Like, where is he going with all of this? And ultimately culminates to something.
Yeah, that scene is the only one that makes sense. Like, okay, I see where this is going.
It kind of, but still, the lead up to it was still fucking awkward, man. It was fucking awkward because I couldn't tell if he wanted his mom's attention or wanted to fuck her. I just didn't like it. Was really, or maybe he wants both. I don't know, but there was no real clear indicator to let us know, like, hey, this kid wants to fuck his mom, or hey, this kid just wants like his mom to be like, oh my god, my baby, I love you, you're my son.
Congratulations on your own.
You know, nothing. You know, so those are the two things that kind of like, you know, put me down a little bit further from like, you know, giving it an 8. But, you know, still a lot higher than what a lot of the critics or whatever have given it.
Yeah, Rotten Tomatoes, both the critics and the audience gave it a 14%.
Yeah.
But the critics were about 7 reviews, and the audience was about 500 plus reviews. Yep. Which is surprisingly...
Yeah, I thought there was going to be a disparity. I thought there was going to be a different disparity. Even more knowing that there is a price hike in the VHS and all that kind of stuff. IMDb has it a 4.9 out of 10. So that's more leveled out to like an actual number. And even through Shout Factory, it's a 4.3 out of 5. But then again, it is Shout Factory who are the people who produce that movie. And anybody who goes through there are people who like these kind of movies. The movies that are kind of like, you know, at times you're like, okay, that's dumb as fuck. But
I want it.
Yeah, you know. So in the end, you know, it was fun. We enjoyed it. We would recommend, you know, for you to go check it out and just give an opinion for yourself. Let us know here in the comments under this video what you think, what you thought, if you liked it, if you hated it, if you would want to, like, you know, punch us in the face for even talking about it. Let us know.
Just remember, punch us once a year.
Once a year, yeah.
So yeah, just to give you a quick estimate, the Blu-ray is going about $50 to $60. The DVD around 20, 25. Wow, the Betamax was $10. That's surprisingly cheap. Yeah, VHS going for around $40 to $50, so it's pretty up there. Okay, and yeah, tell the viewers where they could watch this film.
Well, you can look for it on YouTube. And you might be able to find it there. You may have to rent it or not. You have to look through it on YouTube. You can find it on Paramount Plus. You can find it on Epix, but all that is if you have the subscription services. And I think there was one more. Oh yeah, through Amazon Prime, but it is using one of the subscriptions of either of Paramount or Epix.
There's Sling TV and something called Philo, which I just found out about it. Yeah, it's 7-day free trial. Then you use like $25 a month, which it's like live TV and on demand, which is a little way too pricey.
I mean, that's about how much is Sling? Sling is about that, right? The Sling is like Sing is also the same thing.
Mm.
But yeah. So if that is what you're into, if you have any of those subscriptions, then you'll be able to watch it right now. Epix, Sling, Paramount, Philo, Epix, and also you can find it on YouTube if you search for it. That's all we'll say about that.
Mm-hmm.
But like that, we're gonna close this out. You know, we appreciate you guys coming out and hanging around.
Oh wow!
We will be doing the post for the giveaway really soon, because we have now definitely crossed the threshold. Did you see what we're at now? Followers?
Un momento. But yeah, I just want to congratulate us. This is our first review
Of 2022.
2022. Do the thing.
I want to see what the number is. Come on.
107.
Yep, we're at 107. So
Oof.
we definitely need to go ahead and make this giveaway happen. Again, the giveaway is of $100 value or more plus, depending on how much you're gonna price my artwork. You know, because I'm putting in my own prop replica, handmade and painted.
And this just in, we're gonna include these 2 $1 New Year hats.
Oh my god!
Worn by Mack and Randall.
Yeah, we're gonna write evil on these and sign them.
Yeah, fuck it.
That's
Why
what we're
not?
gonna do.
One of one.
One of one.
Get it while
One
it's
of
hot.
one signed Ram film ready. Somebody's like, I don't want this shit.
What the hell are these
What the fuck do I want to? You ain't.
But yeah.
Shit. Oh man.
I do thank you guys for sticking around since we started till now.
Yeah.
We have a lot to do and a lot planned.
Yeah, there is a lot of stuff coming this year. You know, the more that we're seeing people like really enjoy what we're doing, and we're getting messages from not only like fans,
You
but
wanna
we're
share that
getting
again?
we're getting messages from, like, let's say we did the review for December, and we got reached out by the people who were in charge of the campaign that did December. And not only that, but we got reached out to by one of the directors of one of the short films called Family Matters.
Yes, Steve
he's,
DeBruger.
He's Belgian, a Belgian director that ran that movie, and it was one of our favorites because it was kind of what reminded us a lot of Society, and we did that comparisons to that and how well it was executed and done. It was really fucking fun, and you know, seeing that we're reaching these kind of points where, you know, we don't have the 1,000 follower or anything like that yet, but still, we're getting reached out to by, you know, some of these directors.
It's indie directors, which is fucking
it's wonderful.
amazing.
It's wonderful to see that.
Yeah.
It's wonderful to see that, and you know, this is why we love doing this, because, you know, we love reaching out and sharing our opinion, our review, or whatever we think of these movies and stuff like that, and hopefully, you know, it motivates you guys to want to go watch a movie, or you know, tell us if you've seen it and tell us what you think of it, or whatever, you know, and then we get to like relax here within our minds and you know, take a break from everything that's outside, you know, just for a little time, because we need to go outside, we need to be in the world, but also, you know, sometimes we need a little break.
Exactly.
And this is a fun little break for us that we enjoyed to do and to share with all of you, and getting that kind of recognition from anybody that's involved with any of these movies that we talk about is always going to be fun and amazing for us, because it's special. It's special, you know?
Oh, exactly, especially, you know, somebody that was involved in what we watched, and we took our time to talk about it without any expectations. You know, it was just having fun, you know?
Yeah.
Two film buffs talking about movies, you know, what else do you want? So, it's really awesome, you know?
Yeah, it was a great thing. So, you know, we expect 2022 to just continue to, you know, steamroll for us and continue to grow and do more giveaways. You know, when we reach the next milestone, maybe it'll be when we hit 500. And we're going to sporadically throw giveaways here and there like we did in the December one, because we did do one in December.
Yep.
where we hid something in the scenery of our review. Somebody pointed it out, which is Alex, right? And Alex pointed it out, and now he's gonna get something, you know, a gift from us because he pointed something out that we didn't mention or anything like that.
So keep watching, keep your eyes peeled.
There always might be little secrets here and there. We might do little hidden things. You know, we're never gonna tell you where there is or when there is. We might hint it in the review, but we're never gonna be flat out like, look around. Like, it's not gonna be like that. But you know, we want you guys to participate with us more and enjoy this, you know, to the fullest extent of what its purpose is, and that is that escape that we all kind of fucking need, you know. And we hope you join us for the fucking journey, and whatever comes out of this, whether we stay at 107 or get to 500 or, you know, go back to 50, I don't know, whatever. Whatever happens, I'm for it.
We're still gonna be here, still the same reviews, still the same fuck ups. So thank you guys again. It's been an awesome night. I'm gonna leave you at that. Till next time, this has been Ram Film Reviews.
Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Peace.
Hey, thank you, Blackout.
Blackout, we love you, man.